Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Level Up Lomax back with another legendary video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why you have to learn from other people's mistakes. Once you pass a certain age, you really don't have time to be making detrimental mistakes to your life, because I see people all the time making mistakes that's gonna alter their life for the rest of their life, you know. And a lot of things that I feel like could be avoided. Like some of the shit that I went through could have been avoided if I had only paid attention to the mistakes other people made in these same subjects. Like me personally, I made a lot of mistakes when it came to relationships. You know, and I didn't have nobody right in front of me that was going through certain things that, you know, I went through, but I had heard plenty of stories or whatever, and you know, I understood that it was just certain situations that you could not put yourself in, and you know, I put myself in them situations even though I knew not to, you know. And my takeaway from it was, man, if I would have just had listened, if I would have just had paid more attention and slowed down, you know, I wouldn't have had to make that mistake. I wouldn't have had to go through that pain, you know. But you live and you learn, you know. And another thing that I learned was every time that you go through something, every time something happens to you, you got to think, what is the lesson that I'm supposed to learn from this? You know, like some people be like, oh man, I messed up. You can't do that. You ain't really got time to do that. You got to be like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. What do I need to learn from this? You know, and it'll reveal itself. But you definitely got to be in the mindset of slowing down and paying attention to what's going on around you and taking notes. Watch the men in your life. You know, even if it ain't somebody that you close to, but maybe it's somebody that, you know, you work with, and he come to work talking about this and talking about that. Listen to that shit. Listen to what people saying. Listen, when you see people going through certain things, pay attention, because it's a lesson in everything that goes on. You know, whether it's good or bad, it's always a lesson to be learned in throughout life. You know, like they say, you never stop learning. You really truly don't, because it's certain shit in certain situations that you're gonna come across that you never thought that you would be in, you know. Really, at the end of the day, the number one thing you can do is just soak up as much game as you can from all across the board. No matter if it comes to work, relationships, money, whatever the case may be, you gotta soak up as much knowledge as you can. And with that being said, by doing that, you can help yourself avoid some of the mistakes that these people made that you soaking up the knowledge from. And then sometimes some people come straight out and tell you. Like, an example, a dude might say, man, don't be selling drugs. I went to jail for 20 years for that shit. So you like, damn, okay, I don't want to sell drugs because he just said he went to jail for 20 years for that shit. So I don't want to go to jail for 20 years for that shit. So I'm not going to do that. You know, you gotta be able to see clear and pick up shit that's going on around you that could keep you out of certain situations, you know. Like, perfect example for me, my father was a drug addict. So I always had in my mind, I'm never gonna do no drugs because I don't want to be a fucking drug addict. So that's me learning from his mistake. So it's really like, you really gotta take everything that's going on around you and use it for your betterment, you know, and make sure that, you know, you're not making the same mistakes that somebody else made and you could have avoided by learning by them making the mistake. All in all, it's really just about, you know, making sure you don't step in the shit somebody else just stepped in. Like, that's really it. Like, you know, learning from other people's mistakes, not making the same exact mistakes that you see other people make, you know. So, and then this is something else too. A lot of people, they have to make the mistakes. Like, it was certain things that I had to do to be like, oh yeah, man, yeah, I shouldn't have done that shit. Like, people might tell you, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. But if you that type of person, you gonna have to fuck up to see, you know. And a lot of people are like that, you know. A lot of people, they gotta, you know, even though they seen somebody else doing it, even though they knew what the consequences was because they homie just went through the consequences, they like, fuck it, you know, I might not get caught, or that it ain't gonna happen to me, you know. And they gotta get spanked on the ass to learn, you know. I was like that to a certain extent, you know. I definitely had to get spanked on my ass to learn, you know, a lot of shit. So at the end of the day, you just gotta make sure that you soaking up as much game as you can from situations that other people is going through or have been through, you know. And I seen a TikTok, and it was this older dude that was talking about how they used to sit around and listen to the OGs, and he like, y'all young dudes don't sit around and listen to the OGs no more. It's kind of because, you know, the OGs ain't the same as the OGs used to be back in the day, you know. Now, I ain't gonna flex. I done had some good older dudes give me good game, you know, especially when it came to the trucker shit, you know. I done been around a lot of older dudes giving me good game, good life advice, all of that shit, you know. So I done got lucky with that. But sometimes sometimes younger dudes don't get in a situation where they could get with somebody that's older, you know. We ain't sitting around on the block no more. People don't congregate in certain areas like they do no more, you know. But like, it has adapted. Like, I'm a part of the Black Fathers group on Facebook, and it's like 200,000 dudes in there talking about being a father, you know. And that's kind of like getting game from the older dudes, you know. And I read a lot of shit on there that stuck in my mind that I was like, oh yeah, okay, you know. At the end of the day, man, you just gotta try to soak up as much knowledge as you can, you know, to help you get to where you're going, and to help you stay out of trouble and stay on the right path, you know. Because at the end of the day, bro, all you got is yourself. Ain't nobody gonna make no decisions for you. Ain't nobody gonna restrain you and keep you from doing stuff that's gonna mess up your life. Like, that's all on you, especially when you're grown. You know, as an adult, you have to take responsibility and be like, okay, I'm not gonna do something that's gonna fuck my life up, you know. So with that being said, man, you just gotta make sure that, you know, you learning. You know, learning. That's the number one thing. That's the number one takeaway, is to make sure that you learn. Because there's always something to learn. There's always knowledge out there that's going to push you forward. But you got to make sure you're applying it. You know, so that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. You know, I ain't going to ramble on too much more longer, man. But, you know, the main takeaway from this is learn from other people's mistakes and soak up as much knowledge as you can from people around you and the things that they go through, you know. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure y'all like and comment. Please leave me a comment below. Any questions y'all got, anything you want to say, you know, any videos you want me to make, just leave them down in the comments, and we definitely gonna get there, man. This is an open discussion, you know. We just talking. So let me know what y'all want to talk about. But it's your boy, Level Up Lomax, checking out.